Hello and good evening. This is Andrew Gray with your news at 6. In the ongoing Tyler Clementi suicide story at Rutgers University, Clementi's former roommate and defendant Darun Ravi has been indicted by a grand jury on 15 new counts. Prosecutors have labeled the case as a hate crime for the first time, and if convicted of this most serious charges, the 19-year-old Ravi could face up to 5 to 10 years in prison. The Chambersburg Post Office on South Broad Street in Trenton will permanently be shut down on July 1st. Officials say this closing comes in an effort to reduce size as the amount of mail has reduced by almost 26 billion pieces over the last year. All employees of the post office will be relocated to other facilities. For those of you wondering where you should go once this location is closed, the closest post office to the soon-to-be-closed Chambersburg one is on the 100 block of South Montgomery Street in Trenton. If you're looking to hop onto the Parkway tonight, you might not want to do so at exit 120 in Old Bridge, as a gas main break has caused the closure of the entrance ramp until further notice. This break occurred at about 3 o'clock this afternoon, but the cause is still unknown. This morning, Rider University hosted a 5K run for domestic violence. Our reporter Jackie Adams was there to cover the event.
I'm here outside the Student Rec Center as the Run Over Violence 5K is about to begin.
It all started 3 years ago when former Rider student Paul Gager had the idea to organize a run to raise awareness about domestic violence. Since then, the 5K has picked up publicity and become a place for people to network and promote their organizations through co-sponsorship. We were able to catch up with event organizer Louis Chebitar, who told us just how he put this run together.
It all started about 8 months ago when we started the planning, did a lot of the red tape with the administration and getting the course set up, then working with the race timer throughout the whole 8 months, getting corporate sponsorship, learning how to do that. That's a huge thing for a student, and then engaging them, as well as getting all the student groups engaged. So it was a lot of hard work and constantly being persistent.
Well, we heard it through East Windsor School District, which is where I teach at. We heard that there was a run today, so we got about 19 people on board and decided to come out and support a good cause. We haven't done too many races in general, but anytime we hear that there's something worthy of running for, we decide to try to come out and do it. This is the first time we've run this race in particular, but it seems like it's a good turnout, and based upon what we heard from the beginning, it seems like the numbers have doubled, tripled, so we just wanted to be a part of it.
Clearly a great cause here at Rider University. That's all for now. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Jackie. And yes, that clearly is a very worthy cause. Now to another community service event at Rider University. Reporter Paul Kasperine is covering the annual blood drive.
Hi, we're in the Cavallo Room, the BLC, where the Student Health Council is currently hosting a blood and bone marrow drive.
Every year, the Student Health Center hosts a blood drive to encourage students to help those in need of blood transfusions. Over 40 students came out today to donate blood, and this year students have the opportunity to sign up to be bone marrow donors as well. We talked to event planner Mike Breeler about organizing the event.
Pretty much right now, today, I'm working on recruiting people to come out. We try to get some exposure through newspapers and kind of word around campus, but kind of just sending as many people out and around to pull them back to the tables and get as many people to register as possible is kind of what I'm doing today.
Well, I'm going to donate blood later, but right now I'm just signing up for the bone marrow donation because if I can help someone, then why not, take that opportunity. I know how bone marrow donation works, and there's 2 different ways to do it. It took me a while to decide to do it because one of them is kind of painful, but I guess the benefits outweigh the risks.
All participants were treated to snacks and drinks and were given a t-shirt as a thank you for their donation.
That's all from the BLC. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Paul. In sports, the NBA and NHL playoffs are in full swing. Tonight, the Philadelphia 76ers will take on the Miami Heat in Game 3 of their first-round series. Miami was able to hold serve in Games 1 and 2 and bring a 2-0 series lead into tonight's pivotal Game 3 in Philadelphia. The Sixers have not won a postseason series since 2003. The New York Knicks are also down 2-0 in their series with the Boston Celtics. Coming off 2 close losses, the Knicks will look to get back on track in Game 3 tomorrow night in New York. Like the Sixers, it has been a while since the Knicks have won a playoff series, with their last trip to the second round of the playoffs coming in 2000. In the NHL, the Philadelphia Flyers were unable to capitalize on numerous opportunities last night in their 1-0 Game 4 loss to the Buffalo Sabres. That series is currently tied at 2 games apiece, with Game 5 scheduled for tomorrow night at 7:30 in Philadelphia. Also last night, the New York Rangers blew a 3-0 third-period lead against the Washington Capitals before eventually losing 4-3 in double overtime. The Capitals now have a commanding 3-1 lead in the series and will look to close it out tomorrow night in Washington. I'm Andrew Gray, and that's all for your news at 6. Thanks for watching and have a good evening.